jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
What's good, everyone? Salute to the WCS supporters in the building, man. What's good on this Friday? Yeah, you know what it is, man. We on here to talk about UFC 279, man, for a moment. You feel me? And then, you know, the reason why I was late because we had some people that are absolutely pouting about my videos. But hey, from what I see people waking up a little bit. I see people talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Why such a small channel have to be such a powerful voice? You know what I'm saying? Like, it take grown ass men to stand on what you believe in and say what you got to say, man. You know what I'm saying? I see people copying me, goddamn, putting definitions up there and shit like that to prove. But I'm gonna break that down a little bit later. If you're gonna place a definition up there, there needs to be a caveat to what you're trying to explain in posting that definition to a word. You know, to pretty much try to vindicate yourself from the atrocity that happened 2 days ago. But anyway, Khamzat Chimaev, man, you already know what it is. Khamzat Chimaev, one of these cats that's on the rise, and big shout out to the supporters. Let me recognize supporters is in the chat, man. Mr. Pass on deck, what's good, bro? Big blunts and boxing on deck, man. Mr. Pass say, big up on WCS, what's good with it? Then Chimaev say, not so bad when he missed weight. Absolutely. We're going to get to his unprofessionalism. Big blunts and boxing say, OG, we tuned in. No doubt, OG. I appreciate you pulling up once again. There we go. I caught up in that shot at ETB. Just got off work. All I'm seeing is boxing counts in the UK. Now the UFC, WCS, what's going on? Hey, the main event has been scratched. The main event. They're trying to review and settle in with another main event. Okay. From what I'm hearing, matter of fact, let me pull up what my screenshot was. I thought I shared it already, but let me pull up what my screenshot is. Damn. But if you're in the building, man, do me a favor. You already know. Hit the like button. Show your support. I appreciate it. But first of all, let me moonwalk a little bit, man, Michael Jackson style, and let y'all know that at the weigh-ins, man, it was an all-out brawl out there. It's between Khamzat Chimaev's team, you know what I'm saying, Nate Diaz, Kevin Holland. You know, it was a meeting. It was a meet and greet, MMA style. You know what I'm saying? You have some teams there that don't like each other, obviously, and they went at it. Quite different from boxing at the end of the day, because this was the absolute wrong setting for this type of event where these individuals really don't hate each other, but you have certain people on teams that try to instigate certain situations. So Dana White didn't do enough to have the adequate security on site for these teams and fighters that was back there. From what I heard, it was like, man, it was over 30. You know what I'm saying? It was up there. You feel me? It was a lot. And hey, strikes landed. Real talk. But let's talk about UFC 279, the unprofessionalism of Khamzat Chimaev. Very unprofessional for him to miss weight. Khamzat Chimaev is 6'2", 179 pounds. He weighed in 7.1 pounds overweight. Nate Diaz weighed in 171 pounds. The weight class they're contending at is welterweight. Welterweight in mixed martial arts is 170 pounds, people. Khamzat Chimaev is undefeated. 11 victories, 0 defeats. The legend across from him, Nate Diaz, 21 victories, 13 defeats. Why I call him a legend? Because he's been in there with some of the big names and some of the most exciting fights. You know what I'm saying? He gave Conor McGregor his first loss inside the UFC at 170. Subbed him out, made him tap after all that disrespect. You feel me? So you asking yourself, why is Nate Diaz coming back in here and fighting Khamzat Chimaev? Why, Nate? Because it's the last fight on his UFC contract. Supposedly he's been trying to get a fight, and they put him in there with a destroyer like Chimaev. Even though, look, this is how I rock out with it. Like, even though it was unprofessional of Chimaev, he's not the first fighter to miss weight. For whatever reason, he's 7.1 pounds overweight. I don't know, man. It can be injury. You got to think about it. It can be injury. It can be sickness. It can be a lot of shit. But 7.1 pounds? Jesus Christ, man. That shit is unbelievable. You know? So let me get to let me download this right quick, this screenshot. Okay. So let me upload it. Okay, we good now. So they were supposed to be the main event in UFC 279. They were supposed to be the main event. A lot of people was looking forward to Nate Diaz going in there and seeing how he would fare against a guy who I'm talking about. It's a lot of hype and energy behind Chimaev. A lot of hype. I don't know if you heard the back history that when Conor McGregor disrespected Khabib Nurmagomedov, Khamzat Chimaev went over to Ireland, allegedly, by himself to fight Conor McGregor, to hold him accountable for disrespecting him like that. And they wouldn't let him in. Yeah, he went solo dolo. He went over there and said, hey, we're going to take care of this and we're going to handle this. It's BQ. I mean, he's no joke. You know, he was pretty much highlighted in a different way. I won't say exposed. I want to say highlighted when he fought Gilbert Burns. You know what I'm saying? Gilbert, he took it to him, was able to drop Chimaev, but he ended up getting a victory, obviously by his record. So he's out of this fight. He's out. He's out of this fight. And this is what they're trying to accommodate. They're trying to accommodate Nate Diaz and Tony Ferguson. Now, if you remember Tony Ferguson is one of the only fighters to have at least a minimum of 5 canceled fights for Khabib Nurmagomedov. They never fought 5 freaking times, man. Then Tony Ferguson gets his title eliminated against Justin Gaethje, and Justin puts on one of the most phenomenal freaking striking displays you'll see. I mean, his boxing was on point against Tony Ferguson. Tony loses out. He gets stopped by Justin Gaethje. Gaethje goes in and end up getting subbed out by Khabib Nurmagomedov in the second round. You feel me? It's a circle of life. But shout out to Ghost, whoever made this post. They say breaking. Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson is now UFC 279 main event. Now, rounds still being negotiated. Still being negotiated now. Both fighters receiving significantly more money. UFC scrambling to put together Chimaev Holland, okay, as the co-main event. This is the current whisper from Vegas. Now, I don't know why they won't allow, Chimaev. I mean, if I was Diaz going in there and he was that much overweight, and you're talking about rehydration, he's going to be well over into the middleweight range. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be in the 180s, the high 180s, easy, low light heavyweight range. And then Nate Diaz, he's not a big dude, but he ain't a small dude either. Believe me, I know. Believe me, I know. He's a little bit taller than me, and he looks skinny on TV, but he's not that small of a dude. But it's unfortunate that this came down the way it did. It's not a good look for Chimaev. And you say to yourself, like, well, people shouldn't be mad. It's just missing weight. No, they kind of take that shit in a different type of scripture in mixed martial arts when you miss weight like that. They do, man. They ain't playing around with this shit. Let me get to the chat. I'm trying to do better with keeping up with the chat. W says, I don't watch MMA anymore, from some hardcore fans that some fighters miss weight on purpose because the benefits far exceed the financial losses. What do you think about that? Yeah, for sure. For sure. You didn't give me a chance to even touch on that. You know what I'm saying? Nate Diaz even mentioned it. Nate Diaz has been an advocate about fighters' pay amongst plethora of other fighters. I wasn't trying to turn into a UFC versus them not paying their fighters, but it's been a topic of discussion for quite some time, man. They should be getting paid more. You know what I'm saying? And it all came like to the hammer to the head type effect when the UFC decided to do away with fighters being able to have sponsorships. You know what I'm saying? Collectively, external sponsorships. When they brought in Reebok and that became their fight kit, the pay reduced dramatically. And fighters was like, damn, we're going to be out here struggling, barely being inside. We can't have no sponsors and shit like that. Reebok, taking all that. And then Reebok gave them a stipend. Okay. When you hear people stipends, you already know a stipend. What is a stipend? It don't mean it's that much money. The fighters received a stipend from the Reebok, and then they received their pay. Now, the UFC is also put in there for knockout of the night, fight of the night, 50,000, where fighters can earn extra money. But that's not what we're talking about. In this particular case, Nate Diaz and plenty others, okay, like you probably looked at Mark Hunt. I mean, not Mark Hunt. Mark Hunt. Randy Couture. Several other fighters who have advocated for higher pay. Even Nate Diaz. So those fighters that's coming in there overweight, the biggest name was Khamzat Chimaev. Bartlett. I used to watch this guy. He's very athletic for his size, but he missed weight too. And it's hard for me to sit up here and throw him into that wagon that he missed weight because he was advocating. Like, he's a big guy. Seriously, he's a big guy, But if that is indeed a message, let's see how the return looks. Let's see if it does anything, because it's been fighters now that's been in a full-blown lawsuit with the UFC forever advocating for fighters' pay. Forever and a day, y'all. So it takes moments like this for fighters to speak up. It takes action. It takes all of that for these fighters to, say, hey, I want you to listen to us, man. Come on. We going in here putting all this on the line, and we have to try to get knockout of the night to pretty much get some extra money. We starving out here, Jay Ocho on deck. What's good? Kevin Holland fight Chimaev and Gilbert Burns really won that fight. Yeah, but when you raising, how I go there, Jay, when you raising fighters up, man, and some of the worst judges when they started out was UFC judges. When they started out, it's, oh my God, some of the worst. We even had a team member judging a fighter that was in his stable, and he obviously lost those 2 rounds or whatever. And that same guy who was later highlighted as being a part of the case. My fault. Somehow my stream dropped out or whatever. But if you look on the details on YouTube, man, I put at the bottom, I put the entire fight card, the original fight card, and also I put the weight. The asterisk is the fighter who missed weight. So you see Khamzat Chimaev weighed in at 178.5, which is 7.5 pounds over. Dawodu, he misses the featherweight limit. The featherweight limit is 145 pounds. Okay, just think about that. Boxing is 126, and featherweight in MMA is 145. Crazy. But Barnett, he's a big guy. He fights heavyweight. He missed it by 1.5 pounds. I think that's a little petty. You know what I'm saying? But it's some fighters on here that's fighting at catchweights. You know, but my big question to the matchmakers is I'm not sure as to why if I know Kellen Holland is about this, right? Somebody said if Kellen Holland fights Chimaev, Kevin Holland is a different type of dude. So I know he don't care about none of that. He would definitely J8 said that Kevin Holland fights Chimaev. If they was to make that, Kevin Holland, in my opinion, he would be on board to fight that fight. You know what I'm saying? He'd be on board. But it's matchmakers, man. Islam getting knocked off to those dudes. Got too much ego. Oliveira can strap. Man, Oliveira, man. You know, seeing him being able to prove himself after taking the losses that he did and everything, and to finally step up, even though it wasn't competing the Magomedov, but to step up and go in there and get the title and then defend the title, you know, good shit there, Oliveira. But everybody know that's hardcore MMA fans know Khamzat Chimaev got work to do. Come on, stop playing. Didn't that Paulo Costa guy come in very overweight once? He did. They did. And pretty much they was trying to warn him, right? It's like, check this out, though. You're not going to play around and come in heavy and you think you're going to go in there and fight and you know, like do this on a regularity and have an advantage just because you don't care about the penalty of your purse and all that. So they was trying to, you know, plan on putting Paulo Costa, I believe, at the next weight up. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't trying to hear that. But the amazing thing with Paulo, he has this thing called the secret juice, where dude absolutely looks fat a lot of times on the off season. You wouldn't think he was an MMA guy if you just saw him walking down the street and didn't know him. But he cuts down crazy. Like he shreds up. Shout out to Paulo, man. But yeah, we trying to see what the information is going to come out. I'm still checking as we speak. You know what I'm saying? I'm refreshing my MMA chat, news rather, and see what they're talking about as we are on live at the moment. Let me see. Appreciate y'all talking about mute. Yeah, my chat dropped. I appreciate you. Real talk. Appreciate you. Fans compare boxing to be more like the UFC as it doesn't have its own issues. Money is won. No tune-up fights when you have been in a long layoff does not benefit the fighter. Okay, good point, Alexander. Trying not to get off topic too much, but that was pretty much the headline of Khamzat Chimaev missing weight. Real talk. That was pretty much a headliner. So they're trying to basically allegedly review the main event and come up, with an opponent for Nate Diaz. This is his last fight. So Nate Diaz is definitely going to fight. This is his last fight, and people coming to see him fight. He has a huge following. So let's see who's the dance partner. To talk about what Alexander was saying is the UFC is a promotion. All right. You have casuals to mixed martial arts, and you might have hardcore boxing fans attempting to speak on mixed martial arts. That takes a little bit of growth and time to understand because they really don't tune in to mixed martial arts unless the UFC is putting on the card. Because the promotion, the UFC promotion is considered the premier promotion in mixed martial arts. But Bellator is right there with them. And then I like PFL when they have regular matches to tournament style matches. I like it. You know what I'm saying? You have Eagle FC. You have many sub or promote out there, micro promotions that's out there growing to put on fights. But one thing that the UFC does with the matchmaking, they recycle their fighters heavy. Like it's no in boxing, fighters, I got to get 8 weeks. I got to get 8 weeks. I got to get 8 weeks. And mixed martial arts, these fighters are fighting 5-minute rounds. 5-minute rounds. So let's do the math. 5, when we're talking about minutes, 5 times 3 is 15 minutes, right? Okay. So how many rounds do you have to fight in boxing to get 15 minutes? You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about, if it's a non-title fight, you're talking about 3 rounds, 5 minutes per round, dog. Now you're talking about 25 minutes when you're talking about main events. 25 minutes. We can get a little bit close with that in boxing to an 8-rounder. Still, we're talking about no full training camp. Some of these training camps are non-existent when you talk about 6 to 8 weeks in mixed martial arts. Non-existent, bro. The money part of it, I'm thinking it's going to change in the future. But I'm going to be honest with you. I can't give you a timeline or a window that Dana White and whoever, the company sold for $4 billion back when. I don't know why they're so cheap. I don't know, bro. But the fighters, it's a group of fighters that had a lawsuit in with the UFC for quite some time, man. Quite some time. But you're right, WCS. He did that to stop the round robin of contenders at 170. Same thing with Pereira at 185. Hey, I just can't wait for that fight. Israel Adesanya and Pereira. That's an old nemesis of his in kickboxing. Yeah, the guy knocked him out. They have history. So this is mixed martial arts. And, pretty much Israel Adesanya is undefeated in his weight class in the UFC. His only loss is to Juan Blachowicz. And that was at 205. Just a little note. Mr. Pass audio is good now, no doubt, man. Hey, I can guarantee people that's gonna keep me straight on the audio, dog. That's Pass. Goddamn Bruce Gas. Shit, man, they gonna keep me straight on the audio. Okay, here you got debit. Fix your audio. Shit. I remember Bruce was calling me on my other phone. God damn it, your audio's out. Audio out. Over. Audio's out. Weight matters to me more in MMA since grappling with the equally skilled bigger man is tough. Now, shit, Alexander, you're bringing us some very good topics, so I can just delve in my bank of cross-thread MMA, since I don't really talk about MMA with people on here. That is not totally true. In mixed martial arts, you have what is called the absolute division, where I did a live on it before, where I've actually witnessed teenagers go in there with grown-ass men that outweigh them by 100 pounds and sub them. Because in BJJ, grappling is different. You just can't lay on somebody like you used to be back in the day, in old school. It's a system that they learn. Even when the person is much heavier, it's a system. Now, of course, if you take an experienced big guy, and you put a small guy in there, of course, it depends on it if it's strictly grappling. You know what I'm saying? But in mixed martial arts, you got to understand one thing, Alexander. You got a referee. So if you 9 times out of 10, you're not going to see an extremely big guy. Even with this weight right here, even if they was to fight, they're not going to be extremely big in there when it comes to grappling, because you have to think about it. Fighters aren't just coming in there to grapple. They coming in there to throw hands, throw feet, throw knees, elbows. They coming in there to use the entire system of striking. So it's not going to be a grappling match like that. That's why they really don't take too much in consideration. Like, go back to Pride Glory. Man, come on, man. They had some of the most mixed matches you can imagine over there in Japan. They outweighed each other by an extremely amount of weight. But you also have to understand this too now. When it comes to heavyweight there, Alexander, it's always a weight gap. Always, bro. If it's that way at heavyweight, why can't it be that way at middleweight, welterweight, bantamweight, featherweight, flyweight? He was also smart with Burns to do a quick 3-round fight. He knew Chimaev could beat Burns like that. I don't know if he knew Chimaev could beat Burns. Burns is no slouch, man. I understand something. Burns is no slouch. Him and Kamaru Usman used to be stablemates, man. So when they went in there and fight, they really didn't want to fight each other because they had to split camps. They had to basically rip apart what they had built as far as a friendship. And Gilbert Burns was actually training over there in the gym down there in Florida with Derek Santos, boxing coach. Shout out to Santos, man. They had to switch up. They had to separate and emancipate that same stable type shit. And it was tough because he ended up stopping Gilbert after Gilbert hurt him. But I don't think they went in there with Khamzat Chimaev thinking he was going to walk over Burns. Hell no. Now, the shit he pulled with Jing, hold up. When he fought Jingliang, the way he did that guy picked him up and took him over to the cage wall like he was a little kid that was throwing a tantrum. He picked him up and said, "Hey, you better calm your ass down." He did him dirty, and he earned a lot of respect and notoriety off the way he handled Jingliang. You know what I'm saying? So everybody started saying, "Oh my God, Khamzat Chimaev is a killer." He went in there and Gilbert Burns and got dropped. And people was like, let's pump the brakes a little bit. We don't know if he's all the way that dude. Mr. Paz, probably MMA, bro. They on fire. Man, I tell anybody, man, the game is deeper than boxing. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is one system of combat striking. One system. MMA is multiple systems of combat striking. Even though boxing takes the thinking man's game to come in here and still orientate how you going to go up there and defend and offend your opponent. It still takes a conscious mind now. But MMA, dog, MMA is different. You have to see these cats train. You have to see them work themselves out of a bad position. That means you're on your back. Somebody's fully mounted. You got to work your way out there, off the You have to work your way and learn what to do in top position. You have to spar. You know what I'm saying? Some use shin guard, some don't. You know what I'm saying? Seeing mixed martial artists spar is just crazy. Spinning techniques, kicks. You got to make sure your defense is up. It's crazy, man. I don't know why people just absolutely diss MMA. Come on, I don't want no grown man being on top of me. If your mindset is like that and not focusing on the technique at hand, you're the problem. That's just like grappling. I don't know what it is, but I don't see a lot of black people in BJJ. And then you talk to them, man, I don't want nobody sweating in the because in BJJ and grappling, you have to have a training partner. You have when you know how you hear people talk about sparring and boxing, and they need a sparring partner, this, that, and the other. In grappling, you need that shit all the time. You're either gonna be on top, you're gonna be on bottom, you're gonna be inside, you're gonna be in half. It don't matter. You're gonna have to train with somebody. And it requires body-to-body contact. Not gloves contact. We're talking about training your body-to-body contact. That's with males and females. Mr. Paz, damn, I probably say vote Jerry and Izzy. A lot of contenders coming up. First of all, Volkanovski isn't a contender. Volkanovski has already proven that he's a pure champion. Okay, he's already proven that. He beat Max Holloway and then defended his title several times. He ain't a contender, but he is moving up to 155 to try to do damage. Now, Volkanovski, his hands, oh my God. Volkanovski's boxing after Max Holloway was fighting Calvin Kattar and said, I'm the best boxer in the UFC. I don't think so, bro. Alexander Volkanovski did a number on Max Holloway in their last fight. Look at it. Dude got some crazy timing. Izzy is not a contender. Izzy attempted to be great. He moved up there to light heavyweight to fight Juan Blachowicz, and it didn't work out. He lost that fight. That's his first loss in the UFC. And he was middleweight champion. But unlike boxing sometimes, his title was not on the line. His middleweight title was not on the line. He was fighting for Juan Blachowicz light heavyweight title. Just to be clear, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate the MMA comments on there. Sometimes I love to just start swimming and backstroking, in the pond of mixed martial arts topics. Because I'm a little channel. Okay, though. I heard about Volkanovski and Adesanya, but not the Jerry guy. Now, Yuri, you can put him in that conversation, but not Volkanovski and Izzy. Nah. Yuri, they have a lot of hype behind him, dog. Just because he has one fight doesn't say, well, that's all we need to see. No, you got to look at how Glover. No, we got to look at when Glover won that title. Come on, man. Hey, I'm in my 50s. I was like, yeah, for the old guys, yeah. Glover, you did it. I was like, Glover, you did it. PFL picked up Thiago Santos, man. Shout out to Thiago, man. Tough ass. You goddamn hammer. God damn, tough ass fighter. Especially, man, We have to give him mad credit when he had that fight with John Jones and his MCL, ACL, PCL was torn and he didn't quit, dog. Hope he have good luck over there. He's a good fighter, bro. JA, okay, we'll do, bro. I remember Glover very well. He fought Gustafsson here in Stockholm, bro. I don't know if you know Tamir brothers, but they fought in the UFC, and their dad was my barber. Damn. Okay, we got some history going on here. Masasi at the barbershop here once a few years ago, as well as you remember him. He was pretty good. Man, Masasi, man, is a beast. I ain't gonna say is a beast, man. Even though he lost his last fight. Man, shout out to Gegard Mousasi. That's a guy I would like a picture with and I'd like just to, talk to him because he's a silent killer, goddammit. Gegard Mousasi is a silent killer. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, dog. Izzy problem is ego. He's gonna stand with dude when he should try to wrestle and use more clinch work. I'm gonna be honest, man. When he was on the rise, right, and he fought Brad Tavares, would be more competitive than he did. And then he fought Marvin Vettori. I say Marvin should be much stronger in this, that. No, Izzy proved me wrong. I thought he would pick up an L in his MMA professional career prior to him facing Robert Whitaker. Real talk, bro. I thought he would take that L. He never took the L. Even with Robert Whitaker, I say Robert gonna destroy. Robert Whitaker is a rugby player. He's gonna get in goddamn Izzy out of Sonya's chest. It's gonna be over. Nope. Didn't happen, bro. It didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? I was like amazed. Yoel Romero. And he's another name that was disappointing, but he just crossed my mind. J8, do a lot of fighters miss weight in the UFC from what you've seen, bro? I know there's some kind of penalty like 30%. Yeah, it's a purse penalty, no doubt. It's a penalty, real talk. If the main event is still intact, then the UFC basically F Nate Diaz twice. Well, they're definitely trying to make the fight, and they're trying to put Chimaev in the co-main event or something like that. Okay, because Tony Ferguson is supposed to fight Jingliang or Jingliang in the co-main event. Now, they're trying to say, okay, since this is pay-per-view, we need to get somebody exciting up there. Tony Ferguson is a very eccentric type fighter. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the idiosyncrasies of a fighter's style and how they act, Tony Ferguson gives you that entire description. The way he acts, his fighting style, all of that shit. And what better person to put him in there with than Nate Diaz? Come on, man. The Stockton OG. Nate Diaz, man, he's all about the blood. He's all about the sweat. And he's definitely about the tears, man. Just ask Conor McGregor. But they definitely penalized them with their purse. No, not really. Recently, Costa and Chimaev missed like that. It was occasionally 0.5 over like Oliveira. But they penalized the shit out of you now. Just ask Kevin Gastelum. You start getting penalized and having that money missing. You know what I'm saying? And from what I understand, it goes to the opponent. The UFC doesn't penalize them, and it goes back to the UFC. It goes to their opponent. Jingliang, like Brendan Schwab likes to call him. Shout out to Brendan, man. At least Brendan was able to have a second career outside the cage. He's a comedian. He's a comic, so to speak, and he's living pretty decent. He had Below the Belt. He has his podcast doing very, very well. I like Brandon. I didn't like him as a fighter. I didn't think he was anybody more than what he turned out to be. I didn't think he was ever going to be at the top and shine. I just think he was good enough to compete. No knock on Brandon though. So Patty and Chimaev. Patty Pimblick is a different type of dude right now. Okay, my only let me see, my only summation of Patty Pimblick will be I'm not even sure I've dialed in on how he's able to do what he do. I'm serious. I cannot get there yet with Patty Pimblick. I don't know how Patty Pimblick is able to come in as shredded as he is, but yet he said, it's very uncomfortable in between fights having a six-pack, and he doesn't like this shit. Patty will come in that motherfucker shredded and still go in there and perform. Then he eats pizza in the post-fight conference and check him out. I just seen a recent picture of Patty when I was cruising the web. This dude is like 206 pounds right now, bro. He's 206 pounds, man. The picture said. Currently, he's up here competing in lightweight, which is 155 pounds. Now, I've been on record criticizing fighters for ballooning up in weight, but Patty isn't drinking and shit like that. Patty balloons up in weight from eating. You know what I'm saying? He likes food. But what a lot of people don't know about Patty, he has pretty much other attributes that people just look at, like him in MMA, and they say, oh, who is this little goofy looking kid? But man, he has a huge following, man. Patty Pimblick it's crazy right now how they love Patty. Not only that, he a first degree black belt in BJJ. You know what I'm saying? People just look at him as a goofy guy and the way he talk, but he's tough, man. Now, I don't know if he's going to be another smiling Sammy Alvey. You know what I'm saying? I've seen dudes like him. They only go so far, man, but I don't know. I don't think he has the best all-around skill set for me to say, you know what, he's a contender at 155 for Charles Oliveira. I don't think that, bro. Yeah, those dudes are champs, but Yuri versus Jamal Hill should be next. W says, in your opinion, in general, how good are UFC fighters at boxing compared to professional boxers? It is a huge gap when compared to even amateur boxers, let's say. Who's the best boxer in the UFC? Well, when it comes down to boxing, okay, it takes a bit more instructional technique and training when it comes to the mechanics, all right? We all know when it comes to boxing, the mindset of a boxer is what? I can throw a punch, I can fully commit to a punch, but I don't have to have this defensive optimism as of somebody coming back and returning, giving me a feint and then changing level and getting in on my hips. It's not that case, man. With boxing, the mechanics and the whole entire reach dynamic is different. As in mixed martial arts, their striking system is pretty much to prepare them for any type of return. That return can be a spinning technique. That return can be a kick. That return can be a punch, or that return can be someone level changing and trying to take you to the canvas. So in mixed martial arts, compared to your opponent, compared to what their striking discipline consists of, it all depends on if you see somebody that's on full display with their boxing. Like I say, right now, boxing wise, man, hands in mixed martial arts that I've seen when he was able to throw his strikes, because you just can't say, well, who's the best boxer? You have to say who has the best hands without a kick, without zipping it up with a punch kick combination. Who's just straight up in there banging it out and throwing hands like the old school days. Tank Abbott's, Mark Coleman's. I would have to say Alex Throwing hands with Max Holloway proved a lot because I used to say Max got damn good hands. But you'll see a lot of fighters, they'll sit there and they'll hold a pose for a long time and they'll feint and then they'll pop them with some low calf kicks and then they'll throw like a 3-punch combination if they can. Always zips it up with either a low calf kick, mid-level kick, a high kick. But I'm talking about just straight up boxing combinations. I have to go with Volkanovski, man. Let me try to process and see who else has pretty decent hands. A lot of people may say Kamaru Usman, okay? Only because he knocked out Jorge Masvidal. And Masvidal has like legendary street credibility and he has respectable hands. Seriously. And Usman knocked him out with a right hand and Masvidal was asleep on his damn right shoulder before he even hit the ground. But I don't think his boxing is better than Volkanovski's, though. But I give Kamaru Usman a close run, though, man. Even though he got knocked out by Leon Edwards, I still, when we talking about boxing, I give him a close, man. He's very close to Alexander Volkanovski because he ended up breaking Kobe Covington's jaw. I mean, I respect what he got, man. Seriously. Who else I can gauge with that? It's definitely ain't Conor McGregor. It ain't Khabib Nurmagomedov. I like usually it's the lighter weight classes, man. 145, 135. A lot of these guys can't even throw a combination without zipping it up with a kick. That's all they know. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the Johnny Hendricks and Robbie Lawlers in there anymore. We don't have that. We don't have the Kevin Randlemans. You know what I'm saying? Even Yoda Machida, he was a striker. But Yoda Machida was more so like a karate base when he blitz and he'll throw his combinations there. But you can't consider it boxing, though. You feel me? You can't consider it boxing. But yeah, I go with Alexander Volkanovski. And Kamaru Usman is a close. I can't even put him second, man. And I'm not going off him being knocked out. That was a head kick. That wasn't a knockout, like with his fist. Who else, man? Damn. I feel I'm missing somebody. When it comes to boxing, that's it. That's when it comes to boxing. Males, yeah, I have to say Alexander Volkanovski because I heard some boxers laugh at UFC fighters' striking techniques. Look, they can laugh until they get in a cage with them. Now, granted, a boxer will tell you, you can do all that shit all you want, blah blah blah. You know, we get in the cage. I catch you with one of these shots. Okay, if it's no holds barred, right? We're talking about if it's no restrictive rule setting, and these two people are in the cage. It'll be too easy for a mixed martial artist to go in there and gain entry. It'll be easy for them to breach your comfort zone and get close to you enough to be able to grab you. It'll be enough for them, if they don't want to grab you, to basically start touching your legs with little kicks, inside, outside kicks. They will soften you up one way or the other, and then it'll be over. Whereas you take a mixed martial artist into a boxing ring, and a boxer will have time to laugh and, you know, say, oh, what are you doing, dog? What are you throwing the punch like that? And the reason why MMA may go in there and throw punches a certain way, opposite of what boxers, because they're rocking with 4-ounce gloves. Boxers wearing 8 to 10s, you know what I'm saying? It's much more cushion around that. So they're able to fully commit to throwing their punches. As in, you know, an MMA mixed martial artist, they have 4-ounce gloves and they're pretty much throwing punches sometime just like boxers. You know how they can throw the jab out there just to blind their opponent and freaking, you know, throw the two. Where MMA, they do the same, but the two can come with either the fist or kick. You know what I'm saying? They can blind you with a jab and then come a little top with the right. So they can, let's just say you southpaw. They can push the jab out there with the right and then automatically come right, blind you right beside you on your left side and kick you with their right high kick without you even knowing it's there. And what you mean? Come on, Robert, beat Izzy. I mean, I can just look at you and say you don't mean any. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to be facetious or anything. I get it, bro. But I never said he didn't. I said I thought for sure that Robert Whittaker was gonna beat Izzy when they fought. I did not say either fight. I was specifically talking about the first fight, though. I thought when he ran into Robert Whittaker would beat him, and he didn't do it. Now, of course, I agree with you on the second fight. It was much more close and all that, but he didn't get it done. I wouldn't mind Nate versus Tony. It's the fight we all wanted. After all, I don't know if we all wanted it. I think more so people was talking about Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov. I don't think they was calling for Tony Ferguson and Nate Diaz, but Nate. He been out the cage for quite some time, man. Like when I ran into him at the MGM Grand, man, it was good to see him. I was happy to get a picture with somebody who I enjoyed subbing out Conor McGregor. I enjoyed the shit out of that. I really did. I enjoyed Nate getting his opportunity, but I wish it was for a title. I wish it was for Conor McGregor's 145-pound title. Because when Conor moved up to 170-pound welterweight, is because Nate Diaz couldn't make the weight below that, dog. So, shout out to both. Conor the G him. Look, Conor's an OG too, man. I don't give a damn what. Conor is a real one now. He went from 145 to 170, while boxers would never attempt to do some shit like that. Really. He went from 145, which in boxing, that'll be welterweight, right? He went all the way up to light heavyweight. Really? I'm talking about when you're talking about boxing. He went from 145, which is just below welterweight, all the way up to 170, which is just outside of light heavyweight. That's crazy. And he went in there with a BJJ specialist, one of the Diaz brothers, and got subbed out. Who do you have winning that fight, bro, if it was made? Damn. I know you asked somebody else, but both of these guys, they relish with the crimson mask, man. They don't care about no motherfucking cut. I mean, goddamn, Nate Diaz faces probably 65% scar tissue, goddamn it. Tony Ferguson too. Shit. Who do I think that will win, man? I'm just going with Nate Diaz. I like Nate Diaz when he get in these tough fights. Oh, it was at one point in time I say Nate Diaz had the best hands, but he hasn't been consistent, man. He hasn't been consistent. I would say Nate Diaz, if he was active, he's considered a vet. I wouldn't say he's an older fighter, but Nate Diaz has some of the best boxing. But the one thing I don't rate Nate Diaz up there with Alexander Volkanovski is that he slaps his opponents. But he has damn good hands. You asked me about boxing, not slap boxing. Not slap boxing. Nate Diaz has some motherfucking hands, dog. Seriously, he has some of the best hands in MMA. But right now, Alexander Volkanovski, bro. After his last fight, he said he was fighting depression. I think he'll bounce back. Who are you talking about? I know Tony went through some shit. And you gotta understand, these fighters are getting punched, kicked, elbowed in the head. They have shit going on with them too now. Absolutely. Oh, he giving it to Tony? Man, I can tell you like this. Tony hands cannot fuck with Nate Diaz hands. And when it goes to the ground, Nate is no slouch on the ground. Everybody knows that. Every time they try to count Nate Diaz out in the grappling exchange, he proves them wrong. You know what I'm saying? This dude been a black belt, man, under Cesar Gracie, bro. 155 is a toss-up. I still think Poirier is the best of that division. CJ, you was saying all the, you was giving all the spices and everything, and you was making it real saucy. But now, after it was just right. You went in there and grabbed the pig feet jar and say, you know what? I just need a little bit more twang in here. Let me put some pig feet juice in here. We're not going to get on Dustin Poirier being the best at 155. No. I don't care what the rankings say. No. They keep Dustin Poirier up in the top 10 because, he's a good guy. But how many times does he need to get a title shot to win it? How many times, bro? How many times does he need to get the shot and cannot do it? Is he the Cowboy Cerrone? You know what I'm saying? The Nate Diaz. How many times does he need a shot? Could he get it done after defeating Max Holloway in the title eliminator against Khabib Nurmagomedov? No. Subbed out in 3. No. He subbed. Look, Khabib subbed him out in 3, bro. What happened with Charles Oliveira? He gets his shot with Charles Oliveira. Couldn't get it done. I mean, damn, dog. How many times does Dustin Poirier need this shit, dog? Leave the pickle juice alone. Leave the pickle juice alone, bro. What do you think on Jon Jones-Stipe fight? Hey, that's another guy. You know what I'm saying? Stipe Miocic, I like him. Jon Jones is one of my favorite fighters because he hasn't been defeated in the cage. But Stipe is one of those guys who is respected because of who he's been in the ring with. I think Jon Jones beats Stipe Miocic. He's definitely not going to have that same success he did against DC because DC was one of those freak of natures who had the, round body, pudgy breadbasket, and Stipe had that little boxing skills. And when they found out some shit, after being knocked the fuck out, they say, hey, keep your distance and dig to the breadbasket. You know what I'm saying? And when Stipe started to dig that left hook into DC's damn ribs, yank it. DC said, oh shit. Y'all said he wasn't. Oh shit! You said he wasn't going to the body. God damn, that shit hurt. Let me keep my poker face. Stipe said, "Oh yeah, the fire started, huh? Because Stipe a fireman. Oh yeah, you feel that? Zing! Stuck him again. I'm serious, dog. Stipe got some boxing skills, but I think Jon Jones gets it. It's just hard for me to go against Jon. You're talking about a guy who's had several violations for UFC policy violations, you know what I'm saying? And cocaine, pets. Jon Jones say, man, he I'm a grimy dude, period. I don't know if y'all remember during the pandemic, he got arrested, dog. I mean, Jon Jones, boy, he's a grimy ass dude, but I remember he telling the cops, I hate you. Only Jon Jones can say that shit. And then this cop tried to be bad. I was like, man, don't instigate it anymore. Obviously, he's not in his right frame of mind. And you're trying to be all bad. All because he hit your car. He didn't hit you, though. He was doing too much, man. Volkanovski preparing to be the backup for UFC 280 is a gangster move. No, it's an opportunity too. I feel you. I feel what you're saying, Kevin. It is. But see, Alexander Volkanovski is a gangster though, dog. Volk, man. I wasn't sold on him, but that was several fights ago. Volkanovski had some of the best striking in the game, in the world. Period. He has some of the best striking. Period. Hands down. We're talking about punch combination, punch kick combination, punch combination. Shit. His movement, man, please. How he gauged distance, on point, dog. How could you think he would beat him after he got knocked out twice in the first fight. I'm not even understanding. Let me see. Who could you be talking about? Got knocked out twice in the first fight. You talking about Nate Diaz? Because I like Nate Diaz's style, man. Like some of the fights he wasn't supposed to win, he was really giving them some competition. Like check out the Leon Edwards fight, man. Like, Leon, everybody would say Leon is the guy. He should have went in there and watched Nate Diaz. But Nate was fucking him up. You got to look at Nate Diaz. Just because he was losing fights, it doesn't necessarily say you critique his skill set. It may have been his mindset that he didn't want to be in the UFC no more, just like I try to explain to people about Chris Cyborg. She lost heavy to Amanda Nunes because she wasn't planning on winning. So she went out on her shield, but she didn't quit. She didn't turn her back. She said, I'm going out. I don't want to be here no more because, it's been so much bad blood between them when they were saying she looked like a man and she's this, she that. They really made her, and now you see her, she looked more feminine. She's doing a lot more photos. Back in the day, Chris Cyborg is not the person that you fuck with. like look at her old Bellator fight now. You know what I'm saying? Look at her and Gina Carano, bro. Shit, that was Chris Cyborg. Wherever she was on, allegedly, man, she is not the person to fuck with. Nobody else can beat Rob at 185. I'm in line to agree with you on that, bro. I like Robert Whittaker, man. I'm thinking he got over what he was going through in his personal life. See, a lot of people just want these fighters to come in there and perform, but even Whittaker was going through some shit in his personal life. He even said it. Big Blunts and Boxing said, I'm not big into UFC, but Nate Diaz is truly my favorite UFC fighter. LOL, he don't give a fuck about nothing. For real, dog. Nate don't give a fuck, dog. Nate, when he was a teenager, he was fighting grown men. He don't care, dog. That's Nate. I like him, man. I like Nate Diaz, man. I like Nick Diaz too, man, his brother. I like how they crew stick tight. You know what I'm saying? They crew is tight, man. You ain't gonna find no goddamn breaching and that. They crew roll together. All for one for all, goddamn it. It's time to rock and roll. It ain't no question, ain't no look around. Well, who gonna throw the first punch? Shit. That ain't the question, dog. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even the question, real talk. But, I like the Diaz brothers for quite some time, man. They go in there and get it in. They ain't scared of shit. Seriously, they are not scared of shit, bro. But let me go to the next question right quick. Hold on for a second. I want to show y'all this pic right quick. Okay. Because I got the archives. I always try to provide the evidence. But this is the absolute division I was talking about in BJJ. This is what I'm talking about. It's a very educational division if you go to grappling tournaments to see. It's very, very, educational. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Look how much of a weight difference. Y'all try to imagine how much of a weight difference this is. This is grappling, though. And a lot of times you look at the belt system on there. These are equal belt system strikers. Okay, these grapplers go into there and man, some crazy shit goes on. You know why, people? The education of grappling deals with joint manipulation. Joint manipulation, man. It ain't all about, You jumping on top and landing the elbow. No, that ain't it, bro. That ain't it. I just thought I'd give y'all a little, since we talking MMA, it was good to see my guy and get that picture when I was at the MGM Grand, for Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson fight with Oscar Valdez, man, ran into the crew. Yeah, Stockton. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? He said, come on, and fought the 155 behemoth and the GOAT himself. Dustin would love being the champ. Kevin. Okay, so he fought the behemoth, and the behemoth fought many. The behemoth fought many. Did he not? He fought Conor. He fought Dustin. He fought Justin Gaethje. He fought many. Even fought Al Alaquenta for the belt, bro. And Alaquenta went 5 rounds, man. He was a replacement. He went 5 rounds. I mean, he's been in there with the top names. Michael Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Essen Barbosa, another fighter I like. One of the fastest switch kickers in the game, man. But, man, why y'all, I think y'all like Dustin because he's a good guy. He's a tough fighter. But he keep on losing the big fights, man. He's going to be like Glover Teixeira, to be honest with you. He's going to be like Glover Teixeira, man. Shout out to D-Ray Promotions on deck with it. Salute World Combat Sports, WCS. Cooking casuals, temporary boxing fans again. I'm just up here talking the MMA soup, goddammit. Putting a little spice up in there, man. I don't often, have this conversation with my chat, man. How can I watch the fight Chimaev versus Diaz? I didn't put it in there for y'all. I didn't put it in there for y'all. I mean, you got to have ESPN Plus for the prelims, okay? And then the main card gonna be on pay-per-view. I'm just telling you that UFC always put cards on pay-per-view. So if you got ESPN Plus, you can watch it on there, and it's gonna be on. They usually have their prelims on TV, and it's gonna be in Las Vegas. So. But big bumps in boxing, man, I talk about MMA. I don't talk about it a lot. I dive in boxing and MMA. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, start peeping it out, man. It's very educational at the end of the day, man. It's good to, I suggested that if you're gonna be in this game on the YTC, man, just check out boxing and mixed martial arts. Even though MMA takes a bit more study, time to study, but it's worth it. Some cats are silly, I don't want to watch that shit. But I'm telling you, MMA, just look at it this way. You have boxers training in the UFC training center. So what do you think the mixed martial arts is going to be in several years? It's already here. MMA already here, especially the UFC, Bellator. It's already here. It ain't going nowhere. People tune in to watch MMA, whether the boxing community like it or not. People tune in to watch mixed martial arts. The best fighting the best, yeah, you can guarantee it. When you see a champion go in there and contend and try to defend their title, and they don't get it done, Dana just don't kick them and put them in the closet. What they do, they get them right back in there. You want a rematch? Yeah, I want a rematch. Boom, they got another rematch. The MMA fans don't look at that shit like, what the hell we looking at that? They got knocked out in the first round. No. I give you the opportunity. Use the champ. Go back in there and see can you get your title. Boxing, you get knocked out in the first round, man. It'll probably take you 10 years to get another fight with that person. I'm talking about titles. I'm not talking about Dillian White. I'm talking about titles. Nate slapped dude's hat off a few weeks ago. That shit was in the media. Made a different breed. Yeah, because he was talking smoky. You know what I'm saying? He was talking kind of smoky online. You know what I'm saying? He thought nobody seen him. Blunts and boxing. He thought he was in the smoke doing his thing. Nobody can, hear him or see him. And Nate came up there. Plop! I still see you, motherfucker. Motherfucker, I see you, man. You think I ain't see you? I'm Nate Diaz, man. Shit, man. You think I ain't see you? I see everything. Me and my brother Nick, we see everything. I'll slap you in your motherfucking face. Nate Diaz don't be playing that shit, dog. Dustin got some killers on his resume. Damn, Jade. We know that Justin is your favorite fighter, man. We know that. Since J8 and since I got time, let me and there's no knock on Jay, man. He got his favorite fighter. I ain't knocking him for that. Just ain't my favorite fighter. Let's take a little stroll on Dustin Diamond Poirier for a quick minute, right? Since Jay keep bringing him up, he's a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to his resume. You feel me? Let's go to his resume. So check this out. Hold up for a second. This is Dustin Poirier, right? Damn, what the hell? Dustin Poirier, 28 victories, 7 defeats. Let's go through his resume, should we? Let's go all the way back to when he first came in the UFC, right? He came from the World Extreme Championship right here. That was popping back in the day, right? And then we get to his first entry in the UFC, John Grisby. Then he, fought Jason Young. Nothing big. Darce choke win over Pablo Garza. Then he fights Max Holloway. This is 2012, y'all. He subs out Max Holloway, man. Max bless Holloway via triangle armbar. Okay. Then Justin takes an early loss via Darce choke. This is the same submission that he won against Pablo Garza. You can attempt to submit, but you need to be able to defend that same submission too, right? So he lost via Chung Sung Jung, okay? And then he got a win with a Darce choke again. Now, what I can say about this with Dustin, he's very comfortable in this particular submission early on. So go to 2013, he fight the one and only Cub Swanson. I like Cub Swanson, man. Some would consider Cub Swanson, one of those legends too, that's in the same position as Dustin Poirier. He's been in there with the big names. Eric Koch, okay, won. Diego Brandial, he had a lot of hype behind him. Dustin shut him down. Let's go on up to his loss with Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor in 2014 stopped Dustin Poirier in one freaking round. Okay, he would come back in the next year and win against Diego Ferrer. And then look at Yancy Medeiros. It was a lot of hype behind Yancy at one point in time. Dustin stopped him in round 1. Then Joe Duffy. Joe Duffy had a lot of hype behind him. He won the UD. Bobby Green, he's still in the UFC. I like Bobby Green. He's like a black Nate Diaz, to be honest. He came a long way, and he got hands, but he doesn't throw punches in bunches like boxing. So that's why I couldn't put him up there with one of my favorite boxers. He has good timing, but he waits a lot. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of feinting, and he waits, Michael Johnson. I would put Michael Johnson, the old Michael Johnson, and Dustin stopped him in round 1. But Michael Johnson has, I would say, in the top 5, he has very good hands. All right. The Miller twins. Jim Miller, he beat Jim Miller, right? He had a no contest against Eddie Alvarez because of an illegal knee. So that was ruled a no contest. And then, Showtime himself, Anthony Pettis, he wins because Anthony Pettis was getting that work and quit. I don't want to say the Q word, he quit. But Anthony, man, he was getting work, dog. That was one of Dustin Poirier's best performances, man. Leading up to the Justin Gaethje, that was one of his best performances. I'm not gonna lie. Against Showtime, that was one of his best performances. Then he fought Justin Gaethje. We all know Justin Gaethje came over here from World Series of Fighting, undefeated. You know what I'm saying? The highlight reel himself. And then he went in there and finally got that fight with Eddie Alvarez, defeated him. That was a look. When I tell you that was a damn good fight, that was a good fight in the rematch, bro. Both of them fights. That was a good fight in the rematch, man. Max Holloway, once again, he won. And then, this Max Holloway fight was Max moving up from 145 to 155 for the interim title. Max was a smaller fighter, and Dustin got him up out of there. He wanted a decision, moved on to Khabib. He got Max up out of there, say, you know what? Get out my division, go back down to 145, shawty. So Khabib, he went in there and lost round 3. You know what I'm saying? That was his title shot. He goes in there, right? After that loss, this is 2019, September 2019. Go in there the next year, fight Dan Hooker. A lot of hype behind Dan Hooker, right? And he wins a UD. Conor McGregor gets his rematch with Dustin Poirier. And Dustin Poirier demolished Conor McGregor. Now, a lot of people were saying that Conor McGregor was on his proper 12 and he was drinking too much. Hey, I'm inclined to think he was drinking too much, dog. Man, Dustin Poirier, I still don't say this was a better fight, than the Dustin Gaethje or Eddie Alvarez's or Anthony Pettis. I don't do it because it was too easy for Dustin. He shut him down. He shut his ass down, man. He goddamn made his ankle run away. So that was in January 2021. He comes back in July 2021 and he stops Conor. You know what I'm saying? He stops him with punches, then he made his ankle run away. And then he gets his title shot. This is what he's been waiting on. Charles Oliveira, let's go. And he gets stopped and submitted in round 3. He gets stopped and submitted in round 3 by Charles Oliveira. And shout out to Charles Oliveira, man. You hard road. You know what I'm saying? They didn't believe in you, bro. You took the hard road. Look at Michael Chandler up here. Man, I got info on Michael Chandler too, bro. Dustin is the kind of fighter you can't dislike. Right is a resume not impressive enough. Yeah, he ain't won the big fights. Seriously. Real talk. He ain't won the big fights. He just haven't did it. But he'll be all right, though. He will be all right. But y'all, definitely check out the description, ESPN Plus. That's when the fight card will be on, you know what I'm saying? UFC 279. I have the original fight card. I'm still checking as we speak. Let me check again. Let me see. You try to see if they changed it. I don't see it just yet. Okay, I do see it. So Nate Diaz will now fight Tony Ferguson. It is official. And Khamzat Chimaev will fight Kevin Holland as the co-main event. That's still saucy now. That's saucy right there. That main event, I'm liking it. That main event, Kevin Holland said, I'll fight him. That's a tough fight in the co-main event. Ooh. That's a tough fight for Chimaev, man. That is a tough fight for Chimaev fighting Kevin Holland. Holland is different, man. So they switched Ferguson from the co-main, put him in the main, man. And then they brought Kevin up. That's different. That's different. I wonder what Jingliang, where is he at? Are they gonna put him on? I mean, what he's gonna do? I know he's like, no, I gotta get paid, shot. I gotta get paid. But anyway, man, that's all I had on the MMA card. That's all I had. Y'all continue to stay tuned in. Yeah, I was gonna say, dealing with the boxing debate the other night. Yeah, it's making its rounds. I'm glad that other people speaking up and not sitting up here trying to just let stuff continue to go the way it is. Because if you're in somebody else's chat and they're favoring that particular situation, and that chat is favoring the situation that you want to talk about, and you want to go against the grain, most of the time you're going to get timeout or removed or whatever the case may be. So some people tend not to really speak up heavy, else they know they're going to get blocked. But if another channel speak out on it, then you know what it is. I see these lives going up with, how I put definitions up there, and it's good. If you choose to put definitions up there and explain yourself, you have to understand one thing. Just because you can read a definition doesn't mean you reciprocated that action. Doesn't mean it. You have to take the loss, bro. You have to take the loss, man. ETB did not lose that debate. You have to take the loss. It doesn't matter what definitions. You have to be a man about it, man, and understand you talking to another man that can voice his opinion like yours without screaming. And you have to take the fact that you got bodied, bro. It don't matter if you put definitions up there and explain shit. You have to have the actions to mirror that definition, what you're trying to explain. The blah, blah, blah is not details. You got to go with details from now on. That's all I'm saying. Just go with details, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there is. Okay, let me check this out, dog. Appreciate the info. You know what I'm saying? God dang, appreciate the info, bro. Let me go check this out, dog. Let me put my headphones on so I won't be unprofessional. Let me see what that got going on. Oh, he ain't know him. No, that's not him. Oh, you're not, bro. You're not giving us facts. Stop it, man. Now, WCS was doing recaps. WCS was doing recap. No. When I hear dudes talking about they love somebody to death, you don't, bro. Because if you love them, I'm gonna be like, bro, man, I respect you, man. You know what I'm saying? Unconditional respect. I lost. Why am I gonna have that built up energy in me to sit up here and not admit that I lost? If I did lose, I lost. But to say you 3-0 somebody, that's not being truthful and honest with yourself. We ain't talking about subscribers, bro. We're talking about you losing the debate. Oh, he said he was a late replacement. Nah, you ain't going there, are you? So he's saying BF saying he was a late replacement. Look, he say facts so many times that he's conditioning those in his chat to know what facts mean under his condition. They hear facts so much they believe every time he say facts it's actually truth to it. No, it ain't. Oh my God, you making excuses, BF? You making excuses, bro? Talking about you the last man. You say nobody can fuck with you. Nobody can fuck with you on this debate shit. Nobody. And now you saying that you was a last minute replacement. No, bro. Just you should have just stuck to your what you was doing and say, okay, I bodied you 3-0. Just stick to the buffoonery and keep it moving, dog. You don't have to come up here and say you a last minute replacement. You could have canceled. You wasn't getting paid for this debate. No, it ain't fact, bro. Man, I can't do this because now he's talking about Keon having more subscribers than he do. I mean, that's conduct unbecoming from what I would expect. You know, you're going off somebody having more subscribers. Now we're not gonna play stupid, dumb, and act like these subscribers are all organic. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna act like we're gonna say more subscribers. Because look, BF, you was just on a chat several weeks ago saying I have hundreds of people tuned in to watch me at any given time. So we can't talk about subscribers if you pretty much made it known that you have more viewers tuned into your lives than most people. So you can't talk about subscribers just because the clowns that's in your chat want to listen to that shit. They're not going to repeat stuff they heard because they're busy typing. They just hear bits and pieces of shit. They're not going to hold themselves accountable to say, well, didn't you say you had this amount of hundreds of viewers tuned in on any given day? Then if your viewers, your viewer count is higher than ETB's, it don't matter if he has more subscribers than you. I have more subscribers than you. These subscribers can be anything. They can be organic. They can be bots. They can be anything. The only way to prove who has genuine subscribers is the ones that's in your chat and they're supporting your channel and your numbers are consistently every time you hit the go live, man, your shit is at least about, if you got 8,000, 10,000, you should at least have a thousand viewers on your live stream. Nobody that I know of in this YTC has that. Nobody. Consistently, nobody. Blue don't have it. BFTV don't have it. Nobody. I don't have it. Nobody has it, bro. Fanon doesn't have it. None of these boxing channel has it. So that's how I grade when you talk about this shit. I don't know why we talking about subscribers, man. You know, people call it smart, but if all you have to do is listen as an adult, what he's saying it has nothing to do with intellect. All this is just deflecting from the reality of just admitting something, and you want to bring in other topics of discussion. That's all this is, bro. That's all that is. BFT responding ETB. Appreciate that info, bro. IOG Keon just went fuck in on 817. About to send it to you. I'm listening to two. Let me see. I'm listening to two streams right now. Oh shit! Where did that motherfucker go? Y'all bear with me. I'm just listening to. Yeah. He did his thing today and doing the debate. Yeah, man, he did his thing, man. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing, man. He did his thing in the debate too. It's just hard for people to fathom. You know, when you talk about people have small channels, obviously people listening because, you know, a lot of people are talking about the debate and doing reactions. I'm doing a reaction. I wasn't even on the panel. I'm doing it because it's what's right, God damn it. You know, you got too many people thinking they're the law. They're the king. You know what I'm saying? They're the god of YouTube. It's no such thing, dog. You got to stand on your own, bro. All 10. You know what I'm saying? You got to speak up when shit ain't right, man. You know that was a robbery. Niggas finally saying what you said first about 817. You know what I'm saying, dog? You know what I'm saying, bro? But when I said it, I was wrong. It firestormed out of control, man. I ain't no hating ass nigga, man. I ain't come up here just finding shit to say. No, I call it for what it is. Like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? And now they seeing it for themselves, man. And look, I'll be the type of nigga. If Blunts and Boxing was the one who told, you know what? Blunts and Boxing, man, I gotta give you your flowers, bro. You put this shit out here initially, man. You said it, bro. I wasn't even paying you, you know, any attention like that, but you said it weeks ago. You said it weeks ago, man. They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna say, you know, WCS told us about this nigga. He told them. He told us about him on live. I said, I want him in the debate. That nigga didn't say shit. He always run his damn mouth, didn't say shit, man. Then all of a sudden, we get the real one. We get to see him out here running around in the chat, saying some dumb shit again, being a cheerleader. And now all of a sudden, people understand what it's about. Let me see. Let me go pull this up on IG right quick. For sure. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate you, man. Let me go get this right quick. Let me pick up this package right quick. God damn it. I don't see it. You say you dropped you dropped the link on OG. I mean, on IG. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. I don't see it. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see it, bro. If you drop the link on there, I don't see it. Or you might still be working on it. Oh man, don't talk about using emotion is a devastating to you. No, you are emotional, bro. You don't use it. You are emotion. You are the emotion. You are the emotion. Gonna sit up there and talk about facts. Just because you laugh after saying some bullshit, that ain't fact, bro. That ain't fact. There's no need for me to listen to this shit. It makes no sense at all, dog. There's no need for me to even listen to this shit. Cause he lost some people. They seeing it for what it is. They seeing it for what it is, dog. You know what I'm saying? Them clowns in this chat, man, they the damn biggest clowns on YouTube. I swear. Oh, okay. Okay, for sure. I think the motherfucker like 13, age range from 10 to motherfucking 16 years old or something, man. Or should I went backwards? 10 to 3 years old. Shit. Can't be grown as adults acting, but we know that's the case. They are. Shit. Let me see. Okay, hold on. This is it right here. I'm checking it out right now. I'm checking it out right now. I tried to tell you, Keon. You was defending that nigga, man. I tried to defend. I tried to tell you, Keon. I tried to tell you, dog. I tried to tell him, Blunts and Bop, man, bro. I tried to tell him. Say it ain't so, shawty. Hey, yeah, that's what I said. It's a whole ass shit, dog. I said it. Thanks for the drop. I tried to tell him, man. I tried to tell them cats, man, how he was, bro. Damn. Damn. Oh. Oh. Good Lord. Ooh, wait. Hey, Bunsen boxing, damn. He was launching them grenades. Them grenade launchers was out there, dog. Hey, bro. I tried to tell them niggas that's what he was. I tried to tell them. I sit there and watch how this nigga move, how he was talking. I tried to tell him, man. I tried to, bro. Sometimes you just gotta let shit play out. You see how shit come back around full circle. These niggas should be in here right there saying thank you, WCS. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'll try to tell them, bro. But the real ones, man, the real ones see it, man. You know what I'm saying? You see it, bro. The real ones see it. I wasn't even on no dumb shit, man. I was just pretty much out here letting it be known from what I was witnessing. I seen that nigga in the chat plenty of times on different lives, just acting like a diva. Just you see a motherfucker just doing too much, running up and down, his purse swinging all over the place. They damn bobbing their head and shit. And then got their bright fingernails. I see this shit that go on in the motherfucking man running down here, jeans on with heels, running through the motherfucking streets being extra, dog. Flamboyant ass nigga, man. Flamboyant ass nigga. I told him he was like that. These dudes have idols. For real, they have idols in this motherfucker, man. YTC, man, they have idols in this bitch. Seriously. They don't want to stand up and call it for what it is. If you can't respect me for somebody telling you the truth, they telling you some real life shit's the truth. You see it without malice. It's just hard. It's abrasive. They telling you, man, stop that bullshit you doing. I see you in the chat doing it. What the fuck wrong with you, dog? You have to be within yourself and say, man, you're right, man. You're right, man. I should do better, know better. Real talk. I should do better, know better, man. You're right. Real talk. I don't know. I just I was just up there having fun, man. It wasn't that serious. But no, you need to stop that, bro. I seen you on like 5 or 6 damn channels, man. And you up here just typing. That live in, you over there typing. Sometimes I see you typing in 2 or 3 different lives. Goddamn, when the shit is actively going on at the same time. He said, you can unsubscribe shit. I ain't gonna instigate shit, dog. Well, hey, I tried to tell him, dog. I tried to tell him, man. What's going on, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more? What's good? Salute to you, OG. How you feeling, bro? But, man, I'm about to bounce, man. I got some things to do. I may be back on here later, with open boxing topics. But I want to close this down because it's strictly MMA, and I don't want to convolute it with boxing topics on the back end, and nobody even know they back there. Plus, I got to go out here surfing a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? But hey, appreciate y'all pulling up as always. Thank you. One love to y'all. continue to support the channel. And it ain't gonna stop, man. People are in their feelings right now from hearing what they're hearing. I'm just telling you the way it is. I don't have no damn personal disdain. I'm just telling you, man, you lost that debate. That's all that is. Salute to everyone. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. I'm out.